West Kootenays Outdoors has been brought to you by Valley Firearms, your one-stop destination for all your firearms needs, shipping Canada-wide, coast to coast. Secret Creek Supplies for all your ultralight backpacking needs and much, much more. Secret Creek Kennels, no pets too big or too small, we do them all. On today's episode of West Kootenays Outdoors, I'll be headed down to Valley Firearms to buy a compact dispatch gun for the snowmobile. I'll be hanging a Lynx set, and I'll be setting up the line on a cold November start to the season. Hi, John.
Hello, how are you today, Scott?
Good, good. I was online checking out those two guns we talked about.
Yeah.
And I think I got it narrowed down to the Little Badger or the AR-7. Oh, nothing nicer than new guns in the box. What could be better?
Not much. So here's the first one there. That's the Little Badger.
Oh, so tiny and cute.
Perfect for a backpack or
Yeah.
stuffing in the sled.
Or a snowmobile, which is what I'm looking for. I need it to go under the seat.
Yeah, either one of those would work. There's the
And it doesn't need to be accurate.
Henry AR-7. Nope, just for up close and dispatch.
Yeah, that's right. So this is the one I most wanted to look at. So these are 22?
Yeah. Okay. They also come in 17 HMR and 22 Winchester Magnum.
Oh, it's Skookum too, eh? Wow, that's pretty well built. It's very, very rigid.
Simple but effective.
Yeah, and that's as small as it goes, John?
Yeah, and it comes with a little carrying case as well to put it in.
Okay, so here's the comparison here, basically. These would be the main competitors for each other.
Yep, for the purpose that you're looking for today.
Okay. And I heard or saw something online that the spare the shells can go in here.
Yeah, all your shells can go in there. You can mount any kind of optic you want onto it.
Oh yeah, so it has a Picatinny rail
Yep.
on it. Okay, right there. That's kind of nice, except you probably wouldn't want optics on it for what I...
Not for what you were looking for.
Yeah. I've seen these come apart online.
Yep. So everything goes back into the buttstock.
That's what I've heard. Oh, okay. And it looks like they put two spare
Two spare
magazines
mags.
in there. Yeah.
So a good day of trapping, hopefully.
And I heard that they will even float for a short period of time. Is that true?
Yep. So
Okay.
something you never want to test out, but
No.
good if you have to.
I imagine if we have extra ammo in there, it may probably limits the amount of floating
Yep.
capacity we have. There we go. Okay. Well, it's the size. I'm very limited for space underneath the snowmobile. So, and I like the multiple shots that you have available in this one, and all the ammo being in here, and it's all weather
It's all
protected.
self-contained and protected.
Yeah, I have to feel like this one would rust a little more underneath the snowmobile.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, most of the things on that aren't going to rust on you, so
Gotcha.
sounds like that might be the way you're leaning.
Okay.
There is a bit of a price difference, but you're getting,
Multiple shot.
multiple shot, floatability.
Nice little carrying case.
Yep.
I think I'll give this one a try.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you very much, John. It sure is nice to be able to come in and talk to somebody and have a look at the guns and handle them and see what I'm buying, and also have the ability to go online and research, but
Yep.
then come in and talk to you
Yep.
and get a little bit more advice on what I'm buying and actually handle the firearm before I just stick it in the mail and send it to me and then I'm stuck with it.
Yeah, no, if, whatever works best for the customer. If it's order it online, we ship it to you the next day, or if it's come in and pick it up and try it, multiple times. We want long-term enjoyment out of it, and, we hope that you've picked the item that's going to work best for you.
Perfect. And if I ever decide I want to trade it in?
Absolutely, we do trade-ins all the time.
Perfect. So I can, if I decide to switch over to this, I can bring this one in and trade it for that one and give that one a try.
Absolutely.
What could be better? Switching firearms every other day.
Perfect.
I love that idea. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The new trapping rifle.
How are you feeling about your new purchase?
I always feel good when I buy a new gun. It's like getting a new girlfriend.
Oh.
Oh, they only gave me half of it.
Oh, what
I didn't get the rest.
kind of disappointing.
I wonder where the rest would be.
Well, check the receipt, see if you paid for all of it.
Oh, that looks like I need it. There's the rest of it.
Did you say need or did you say want, Mr.
Need.
Benesh? Yeah.
I need this.
I'm happy for you. Just don't shoot me.
There it is. The new trapping rifle.
Gorgeous.
It is gorgeous. This is what we encountered on the trail to the cabin. So we're trying to get to the cabin today. The cabin is up there and around the corner. Hoping the cabin doesn't have a tree on top of it too.
Yeah. We had that one come down last season, hey?
When we were in it. Where to put it? Put it over here. It set it right there.
Beauty.
That's where it's gonna live. No, I should be able to get by.
The road is a lot better coming in than last season. I think I wish I'd been introduced to it this year as opposed to last year. Yeah, last year was a bit of a shocker.
With
hey?
all the water running down the bottom? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how good you do starting out on the hill.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We'll get one in this box. Holy man, did the squirrels ever chew it? Here's our box. It's all chewed, okay, by the squirrels because they like the glue on the boxes. So when you use plywood, there's glue on it and they chew it. And all the debris is here. But what's better is over here, there's a hole. If you see right here, there's a hole there where they've been going in and out of that mature tree. Again, in the mature forest, they like the mature forest, these big, huge, mature old growth stands. And you can see where they've been going in and out right there. So because there's such a good nut crop this year, we're thinking we're gonna have a really good marten season because squirrels eat nuts, then their population explodes, and then Mother Nature has the marten population explodes, and the marten eat the squirrels, and then when there's not enough food, then the marten all die. So basically it's just Mother Nature ebbs and flows, but she's pretty brutal because the squirrels starve if they can't find nuts, and the marten starve if they can't find squirrels. So we're going to take out a few marten and kind of even that balance because a lot of the marten will starve once there's no squirrels to eat. But this year is a really good squirrel year. So they're going to do well this year and we're going to do well, right? And this is a perfect example right here on this box because there's a lot of squirrel activity here. So I know there's going to be a marten in this trap the next time we check. We should not have this much snow and this much cold in November. People should still be hunting up here and they can't get their quads up here anymore. This is the most important tool. I use it to chop trees off the road. I use it to make a fire. I use it to chop the bait in half. I'm using it now to pound a box apart. I use it to trim branches. I use this like an extension of my arm. Most important tool you can ever buy as a woodsman is an axe. And this is about the size of axe I like right here. It's a forged one. It's a bit rusty because it's been sitting on the snowmobile all summer, but I'll clean it up with the file. But I find that the forged old school heads like you get from now still from Sweden and some of the other countries, but the cheap cast heads, I don't like. They're hard to sharpen. When they get chips in them, they kind of explode. I just don't like them. Fiskars are nice when they're sharp and all that, but I still like an old school forged head axe because I can sharpen it up razor sharp in the cabin. Some of these boxes are not very good. Especially these original ones that came with the line, they are not good. They don't fit my new Belial traps. They're for Dukes, and I don't like the safeties on the Dukes. So it's the safeties that sell Belial traps. See, they don't fall.
Right.
So what happens, you're setting up the trap and then the safety falls off. These ones are still in the safe position and stay in the safe position even when the spring is not up against it. That's what makes Belial traps so good. That's why I love them, and that's why most trappers that have been doing it for any length of time like Belial traps. Yeah. But you still never have your hands in this area here. This is off limits, this area. You always have your hands on the outside, even with the safeties. Because sometimes you're adjusting the safety, you're sliding it down, it might go out of the way. So, but Belial traps all the way for this guy. And now it fits in there really nice because I adjusted it. Lots of deer tracks. It's gonna work good. Nice setup. We're gonna try a milk crate set for Lynx today. We have all the stuff right here that we need to make that happen, I think, except for the attractants, which we're gonna do later. But as far as the setting of the trap, this is everything that we need right now. First, we gotta wire this guy into here. This guy, Mr. Gopher from my yard, was digging holes all over in my lawn, so he goes in here.
When can you start actually trapping Lynx? 15th of November.
Last time, so November 15th for Lynx.
Yeah.
Everything has an orange handle because of the snow, because you lose them in the snow otherwise.
Yeah.
When you do this with them. Okay, so he's gonna sit in there like that. Okay. Okay, we'll put some bait, some lure on him later, and a little bit of scent and stuff. But I just got to get it up here. So I'm gonna put it about somewhere here like this. Marten don't have very much fat, if any at all, so they do not like the cold. We catch all our marten when it warms up.
Yeah.
Also, they can smell the bait a lot better then. But yeah, marten do not like cold, bitterly cold days. It's like -20 up here today, and they don't like that. The idea of these is that I get so much snow on my line that I have to keep moving the traps up every week. That's why I don't use foot hold traps, or they don't work because they're as soon as I drive away, they're covered in snow. So this way I can keep moving it up, and it's hard to find the sweet spot height wise. Gotta leave a little bit for the little bit of snow I'm gonna get from week to week.
Yours can't really tell, but it's a really great game trail we found in while we were hunting too, right?
Yeah, plus there was a gut pile down here, which all the animals were coming to,
Yeah.
because the guy got an elk down here. So that helped. So my heights are never just perfect. I know lots of people have a specific height that they put them at, and we're not going to get a ton of snow here, but we might get a little bit of snow. I know that this is a little bit high, but it may sag down a tad once I put the trap and stuff in there, but I have to leave it a tad high because we're going to get more snow. I always like to put these out of the way, even though it's got safeties on. My old standby sardines. Whoa, those are smelly, even in this weather. -20, our sardines are froze solid into the tin. That's... Well, we're gonna just stick the whole tin in there. One thing about Lynx is they're not too worried about the smell of man, the smell of steel. They're super curious like your house cat. So that's just another thing that he can be curious about. Okay, so we need to put some lure on there. Just gonna throw some snow on that. That's her. Just trying to get an attractant here for the Lynx because they're not coming to this set. So there was already this here, but it's not enough. So I got some wings from some geese from a friend of mine who was hunting in Alberta this year. So I'm just using them to attract the Lynx because they'll see this and they'll come over to investigate. This we'll use for the other set. These ones we'll put in. Always want to make sure you put the safeties on these suckers because this is like a super dangerous trap. They don't call it a 330 Magnum for nothing. Okay, on down the line. Yet another flying squirrel. Didn't even know what these were until I became a trapper. And my instructor, Frank Rad, told me that they are a pain in the butt. Nothing eats them. They fill up your traps and they're kind of a pain. Even if you put them back in the bait box, they don't, nothing wants to eat them. I don't know why. That's what he says, but so I haven't been putting them in. But they keep filling up our traps. But last year we never caught one. And this year we're catching tons of flying squirrels. And the only thing that's changed is we've been putting ground squirrels that we caught in the summer inside our bait boxes to seed our bait boxes to get going. And for some reason, these flying squirrels really like the ground squirrels that we're putting in for bait in our traps. We don't know why, but it's lots to learn as a trapper. Every day you think you got it figured out and you don't. So we're gonna go to more sardines now. Well, we got our first Marten of the year right here, and it's looks like a big male. He's a good one. He's in one of our brand new boxes. Watch this. I built these boxes this year. Poof, and it's off. Handy little hook. That is a really nice big Marten right there. The size of that guy. He's a good one.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
Which box is this?
I don't know what number it would be.
Yeah, we'll have to check.
It's one of the 4 new ones that we put on the furthest part of our trap line that we didn't trap last year. And one of the new boxes we built out of the cottonwood.
This is the one we set with Brad.
Yep, this is the one we set with Brad. And they like this underneath the tree here. You see? Probably where he came from, but we got him before the snow. So, you pass me my bait,
Sure.
My lovely assistant. West K Outdoors has been brought to you by Central Island Rentals and Sales. Canadian Coyote Company, home of the Seneca snares and so much more. West K Outdoors, so much more than just a trapping show. Check us out online.